The Sherpa people of Nepal are an ethnic group of Tibeto-Burman origin, renowned for their mountaineering expertise and significant contributions to Himalayan expeditions. Primarily residing in high-altitude regions of eastern Nepal, particularly the Solukhumbu district around Mount Everest, they form a small but culturally distinct community. Origins and migration. Tibetan ancestry. The Sherpas are believed to have originated in the Kham regions of eastern Tibet, especially the Salmogang area. Their name derived from Tibetan word She, east, and Pa, people, translated to people from the east, reflecting their migration from Tibet to Nepal. This migration is estimated to have occurred between the 15th and 16th centuries, or 1400 to 1500 CE, driven by political instability, conflict. Migration route. The Sherpas likely crossed the Himalayas via the Nangpa La Pass, 5,716 meters, into the Khumbu region of Nepal. Oral traditions and genealogical records suggest that four main clans, Mingyappa, Thimi, Sarwa, and Chawama, led this migration, settling in Solukhumbu, Dolkha, and Helambu regions. The Khumbu region near Mount Everest became their primarily homeland. Genetic and linguistic evidence. Genetic studies confirm the Sherpas' close relation to other Tibeto-Burman groups like the Tibetans, with a distinct genetic adaptation to high-altitude environments, including enhanced oxygen efficiency. Their language, Sherpa, a dialect of Tibetan, belongs to the Tibeto-Burman family and uses the Tibetan script, reinforcing their Tibetan roots. Early history in Nepal. Settlement and economy. Upon arriving in Nepal, the Sherpa established settlements in the rock high-altitude valleys of Solukhumbu, such as Namche Bazar, Khumjung, and Pangboche. Their economy initially relied on trans-Himalayan trade, salt, wool, and grains between Tibet and Nepal, yak herding, and subsistence agriculture, potatoes, barley, and buckwheat. The harsh terrain shaped their resilience and communal lifestyle. Religious foundation. The Sherpas brought with them Nyingma Buddhism, the oldest school of Tibetan Buddhism, which became central to their identity. They established monasteries such as Tengboche, founded in 1916, and Pangboche, one of the oldest in Khumbu, which served as spiritual and social hubs. Pre-Buddhist bone practice also influenced their rituals, particularly in shamanistic ceremonies led by lamas or shamans. Clan structure. Sherpa society is organized into approximately 18 clans, each tracing descent patrilineally. Clans like Mingyakpa and Thimi are prominent, governing marriage practice, exogamy between class and social rules. Unlike Hindu caste system, Sherpa social structure is clan-based with no rigid hierarchical stratification. Historical context. Pre-unification Nepal. Before Nepal's unification in the 18th century, the Sherpas live in a relatively autonomy in the Khumbu region, outside the control of centralized Nepali states. Their trade networks with Tibet and local governance by clan leaders or lamas define their socio-political organization. Gorkha unification and Rana era. During the Gorkha unification under Prithvinarayan Shah, 1760 to 1775, the Sherpas were marginally integrated into the Nepali state. The 1854 Muluki Ain, a Hindu-centric legal code under the Rana regime, classified Sherpas as matwalis, or alcohol drinkers, placing them below Brahman and Kshatriya caste but above Dalits. However, their remote location and Buddhist practice insulated them from significant Hindu influence. Trade distribution. The Chinese occupation of Tibet in 1950s disrupted traditional trans-Himalayan trade, pushing Sherpas to seek alternatively livelihoods, including pottering and guiding for mountaineering expeditions. Rise to global prominence. Mountaineering legacy. The Sherpas' global recognition began with the advent of Himalayan mountaineering in the early 20th century. Their high-altitude adaptation, physical endurance, and knowledge of the terrain made them indispensable to expeditions. The 1953 ascents of Mount Everest by Sir Edmund Hillary and Sherpa Tenzing Norgay mark a pivotal moment, elevating the Sherpa name to international fame. Tenzing from the Timmi clan became a symbol of Sherpa resilience. Economic shift. Mountaineering and tourism transformed the Sherpa economy. By the late 20th century, many Sherpas worked as guides, porters, or lodge owners, particularly in the Everest region. This brought relatively prosperity but also risk, as evidenced by tragedies like the 2014 Everest avalanche, which killed 16 Sherpa guides. Cultural preservation. Despite economic changes, Sherpas have maintained their cultural identity through festivals like Losar, Tibetan New Year, Dumje, a clan-based purification ritual, and Mani Rimdu, a Buddhist festival at Tengboche. Monasteries and schools such as Hillary Bell School in Khumjung support cultural and educational community. Sherpas predominantly follow Nyingma Buddhism, with monasteries like Tengboche serving as spiritual centers. Lamas perform life cycle rituals, birth, marriage, death, while shamanistic practice address supernatural concern. Some Hindu influence exists, particularly among lowland Sherpa, but it is minimal. Language closely related spoken in dialect, example Khumbu, Sulu. It uses the Tibetan script but faces decline due to the dominance of Nepali and English, especially among younger generation. Cultural practice. Key tradition includes the Khumde dance, a communal celebration, weaving and storytelling through songs and legends. Festivals like Losar and Dumje reinforce clan and religious ties. The Sherpa people of Nepal, originating from eastern Tibet in the 15th to 16th centuries, are a Tibeto-Burman ethnic group with a rich history of migration, trade, and Buddhist practice. Settling in the Khumbu region, they developed a clan-based society, Nyingma Buddhism, and became globally renowned for their mountaineering prowess, exemplified by Tenzing Norgay's 1953 Everest ascents. Misclassified as a caste under Nepal's Hindu-centric Mulukiyin, their social structure is rooted in clan, not caste hierarchy. Today, Sherpa balance cultural preservation with modern challenges like tourism dependency and climate change. Thank you.